Okay, I'm just going to give you a tour of our little deck garden and all our vegetables and plants and other bits that we've got on here, which isn't a lot because we've only just kind of started. So, and it's first thing in the morning and my hair's a mess, so I just thought I'd put that in there. Alright then, here's a little tour of our deck. Okay, well, we've got, as you can see, a little deck. It's not very big, and we're trying to get as many veggie plants and stuff as we can growing in pots, because although there is a big lawn area, we're not really allowed to dig it up to put a veggie garden in, because we're only renting this property, so we can't really. And there's the trees, and you see we're practically in the woods, which is really lovely. And little hummingbird feeder there, but haven't really seen many hummingbirds yet. And we've got a little bird feeder there, but again, not many birds. I don't think they like the look of the seed that's in there. I think we'll have to change it. Anyway, here goes. We've got some runner beans, scarlet runner beans, and they're in a tub here. They're probably going to get far too big for the tub, as they're already reaching the top of the canes there, but we'll just have to let them sort of dangle over and do their thing. And then at the bottom we've got a stowaway. We think that this is a spaghetti squash seed that went astray, but we're kind of just letting him grow, even though he wasn't really supposed to be in there, and see if we get any squash off him. So there you go. And then next to him, excuse me sniffing, my allergies are killing me, we've got an eggplant, who is, if we can find it, I don't know if we can see, yep, he's flowering there, so hopefully we should have some baby eggplants sometime soon. So that's the eggplant. And then next to him we've got some basil, however you call it, that we planted from seed, and that's doing quite well. Something has been eating it though, not quite sure what, but it's got good taste, whatever it is. And then we've got a little tiny bowl of lettuce that's too big for the bowl, but at the time we didn't have anything else to plant it in, but it seems to be doing okay. And we've had quite a few salads by just picking a few leaves here and there, and it's still keeping growing, so that's really good. And we've got a little patio tomato. I can't remember the variety name, but you can see that he's got quite a few fruits on there and quite a few flowers still to come. So that's the patio tomato. And then we've got some herbs. We've got some coriander or cilantro, whatever you call it, some basil and some mint there. And then we've got these lovely, we've got two little troughs, and they've got some violas in there, some flat leaf parsley, some curly parsley, some chives and some purple basil, and you can eat the violas as well. Oh, and there's a stray lettuce there as well. And then in the next one we've got the same sort of combination, another lettuce in the corner. So that's all edible, including the violas there. And then we have one which I've just bought, which we haven't potted up yet, and that's a lovely hosta. I know it's not really, it's not edible, but I just love hostas. I think they're beautiful. So he's going in that big pot there. And then we've got little frog sitting down there. And then we've got these tomatoes which were kind of dying off, and they're supposed to be heirloom tomatoes, and I just sort of stuck them in this pot because they were in tiny little pots and they were dying, and I didn't really have a pot to put them in. So we're going to have to get some grow bags or something to put those in, because they're going to get too big for the pots there. And I've no idea what varieties they are. The tag just said heirloom tomatoes, so they'll probably have to move from there. And then here we've got my sage, because I love sage, and that's can't remember the variety. Let's have a look. Planted in an ice cream tub, as you can see. That one is Begarten sage. Don't really know what that is, but I know it's a cooking edible sage. And then here is my pride and joy, and that is white sage. Oh, I can really smell it. I've just been touching it and I can really smell it on my fingers. It's gorgeous. So that's my beautiful white sage, who I'll be getting a bigger pot for. Love him or her. And then here we've got a few more herbs. We've got some mother of thyme here, and she's flowering. You see, pretty little flowers. So that's mother of thyme. And then we've got some oregano or oregano. And then at the back we've got a rather sickly looking dwarf dill plant. Something's eating him, but I'm not quite sure what. Again, our bugs have taste. They like the tasty herbs. So there you go. Something's munching him. And then next we've got an azalea. Obviously not edible, but he's going into a bigger pot or into the ground around the front of the house. Another hosta. And then we've got a little purple salvia here. It's just flowering. He's going in a pot or in the ground. And then we've got a few little tiny pots here, which were kind of like 99 cents each in the sale. And they're going to go in the front, in the ground, in the bed there that's out the front. And then we've got our patio cucumber, who we've just had a cucumber off, quite a nice size one, and I think there's another one down here somewhere. There he is. You see him. He's quite a nice size, and there's lots of other baby ones coming along. There's some there. So, and then we've got some courgettes which were planted not very long ago. This might be a bit late, but I just thought, well, I'll just stick them in and see what happens. So, and then we got some baby tomato plants which were planted from seed, and maybe they're a bit too late, but we'll just see what happens. And then there's some pepper plants which aren't looking very healthy. I might pot them up and see if they do anything. And then we've got some basket tomatoes, and as you can see, the one on the left there looks a bit not very good, not very healthy, and that's because he fell over when it was really windy and broke, so he's kind of a bit battered, but he is flowering. So there you go, or she is flowering. So, and then we've got the other one which is looking a bit more healthy, and that's it for now. So that's our little deck garden with bits and pieces that we're growing, and hopefully next year we'll grow some more. Oh, and lastly but not leastly, just a little piece of home which my husband's not very happy about, but I had to have it because it doesn't grow here wild, and apparently, so I'm told, but I happened to find it in a herbal nursery, and that is a little tiny stinging nettle. And I know you might think I'm mad for growing stinging nettle, but I'm going to try and get him to grow in a pot so he doesn't take over, and because he is amazing for wildlife, for insects and other creatures, and you can eat it. I know it's a bit strange, but you can eat it, and it does actually taste really nice. You know, in soups or stews, or yeah, you have to kind of be careful because obviously it does sting you and it's an irritant, but it is edible. So there you go, there's our little stinging nettle. And that's concluding our garden tour. Thanks very much. Bye.